please help me welcome to the stage directors Jean-Michel and Gitte.
And I had this idea of like going to like 5 different high schools around the country, just to kind of figure out what the experience of coming to this new land might be if you land in, let's say, South Carolina, or Kansas, or suburbia Las Vegas, or anywhere, or even New York. And as I'm doing the research and kind of being, talking to people that kind of know what they're talking about, they told me, it's like, you live in New York, make your life easy. There is a great school, there is a great network in New York that seems to be doing a good job putting those kids forward. And that network is an international network for public high school, and one of the high school is Lafayette. So I went to visit Lafayette, and man, first day on, I meet those kids, and those kids knew who they were. I talked to them, and they knew their stories. They were in a safe place that allowed them to be themselves. Just seeing that, I'm like, wow, I'm going to make my life easy. I'm staying in Brooklyn, I'm going to spend a year in there. One of the experts was Gitte, and together we kind of went in there, spent a year. And the result, you saw it. And ultimately, those kids are kids, teenagers, trying to figure out, what teenager might, what you are as a teenager. But on top of that, they have to deal with a new land, a new culture, a new language. And as I'm making that film, it just kind of brought me back to high school. I moved to this country when I was 16.
Well, seeing myself in a big screen, it's just wow. But I never be actually in any festivals. I only thought it would be like, a class blog or a YouTube video. But yeah, surprise, like a birthday present. But it's a pleasure for me to be here on the screen or on the stage to share my part of story with people that actually go through the same thing I went through, and actually connect with anyone, even in this room, and just let you guys show it and prove it that everybody has a story in here. And it's just a great pleasure, and thanks to Gitte and Jean-Michel and Alison and everybody that worked hard on this movie, and whole international staff members and school, and it's just a great pleasure to be with them.
Yes, it's very weird to look at myself in a TV or that thing. So yeah, I always cover my ears and my eyes because I just can't. Yeah.
So yeah, it's sometimes hard seeing myself there, especially with the things that I have gone through, and at the same time, it helped me a lot. And yeah, really happy with what the film has done so far, and I'm just waiting to see more of it. And yeah, thank you.
And yeah, again, and the way we welcome them will define who we are. And the school has made the choice of welcoming them. I encourage everyone here to do the same.
I had worked for Mayor Bloomberg for a number of years on reforming the public school system, and visited hundreds of schools and classrooms. And one of the most interesting and promising places that I'd seen was the International's Network for Public Schools. There are now about 18 of those schools across the country. So I made a short film about one of those schools, the International Community High School in the Bronx, which is represented here, along with a bunch of the other International's high schools.
Yeah.
These schools are just amazing places to be because students come from all over the world to learn together in one place. And so if you just walk into one of these schools and you see kids from all over the world, there are some very amazing people there, and that they belong on the big screen. They're not famous, but they should be, or their stories should be known. And another thing that you realize being in these schools, like a place like Lafayette, is that people come to this country with all their hopes and all these expectations for their children and all the opportunities that they're going to get here. And that journey does not end when they enter the country. In fact, sometimes it's just as hard here as it was over there. And I think these students show what that journey is like. And seeing at the end of the movie, you can see he's continuing to move and continuing to struggle. But we also have small victories and big victories. as our characters show.
My name's Cassandra. I was one of the teachers in the film. I was very proud to be a part of this project.
Yeah.
Very proud. Thank you. I'm also very proud to be a teacher at International High School, where I truly feel in the mission that we have in our school. I wish that this young man could come to our school, because that was an amazing question. I found it as a teacher sometimes difficult, but also it also brought out the best in me as a teacher to be able to ask my students these honest questions with a third observing eye. The idea was that we would be honest to ourselves and honest to the camera. That's what Jean-Michel and Gitte asked us to be, and that was the best that we could do. So I hope you enjoyed it and saw who we were. Thank you.
I really enjoyed being filmed by Jean-Michel, only by him though. Because, no, it's not because I have a preference for him, but it's because I feel really comfortable with him. So many times I was able to share things with him that I couldn't share with somebody else. And as we go through the whole process of recording the film, he helped me out understanding so many things. Like, not only him, but around my family too. They were like trying to get me this, but it was hard to get it. And Jean-Michel, well, in our last interview, he kind of helped me out a lot. Like, he got the out of me. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed it with him and got to learn a lot of myself and had to open up and tell my story.
My name is Natalia, and I am from Make the Road New York, a community organization fighting with immigrant youth and for the immigrant community. And we also do this work at the national level. I just want to say that two of the main characters of the film got DACA, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival. And that was possible because of the fight that people, actually like Mateo and some of the youth who are in the audience, are doing every day to make sure that we're fighting for our rights, and that it doesn't matter how we came here and why, but that everyone has access to college and that has papers and no fear of deportation. So I really want to invite you to get active.
And the example of those courageous kids become an example for other kids to share their story. And the more we talk about who we are as an immigrant nation, the more we fall in line with what's going on in this country. Thank you.
Please go to ilearnamerica.com, share your stories if you have stories, follow where this film is going to go. It's a very important film.
Yeah.